Why would I want to play a third-person game in VR? I mean, the promise of VR is supposed to be the first-person immersion, feeling like I'm really there in these impossible and fantastic situations. The assumption is that the only way to pay off the promise of VR is by letting the player see the protagonist's point of view and letting them walk a mile in the character's shoes. Well, Polyarch's new game Moss shows us just how wrong that assumption is. In fact, the main character Quill, she doesn't even wear shoes. In Moss, you play as a reader, a magical being who is able to help the mouse warrior Quill on her quest to rescue her uncle and defeat the darkness that has taken over her world. You control her actions with the analog stick and X, square, and circle buttons, while you, as the reader, have a glowing spherical orb that you move by physically moving your DualShock controller. The reader can move large blocks, raise tiles, heal Quill, and even pet her, which she loves, by the way. At its most basic, Moss is an action-adventure puzzle platformer in the spirit of the best of the Zelda games. You and Quill team up to fight enemies and solve puzzles as you work your way through idyllic mouse towns, oppressive marshes, and crumbling ruins. The combat is simple but fluid, and the puzzles range in difficulty from blindingly obvious to deviously complex. It takes a mix of timing, lateral thinking, and strategy to get through the best of the puzzles. If you get stumped, Quill will often stop and point the way, or at least give you a hint. Quill's animation alone is worth focusing on. All of her moments are fluid, quick, and well, mouse-like. From the way she gracefully vaults up short obstacles, to the way she shakes herself off after she falls in the water, Quill immediately has a character and personality that stands out and makes you take notice, and you feel terrible every time you accidentally kill her. Sorry. While the gameplay is well thought out and entertaining, the star is a visual experience. Moss is the most detailed, most beautiful, and breathtaking game I've played on PSVR. Those of you who have played the demo get a sense for what to expect, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. This game is amazing. The key word is scale. This game does an amazing job of grounding you in Quill's world by giving you a sense of how tiny and delicate her world is, but at the same time, it's grounded and expansive. Videos of the game just don't do it justice. In VR, you see the world at Quill's scale, but you're constantly reminded of just how small she is by seeing deer or even old rusted human-sized armor as part of the background. Scale is everything, making mouse-sized castle corridors feel cavernous, but in the next moment making you feel exactly how small and fragile Quill is as she faces off against a life-size boss. Almost every time a new area loaded, I gasped. While we cry out for more open-world games, Moss's designers have shown us a totally new way to create a sense of depth and reality. This depth and beauty comes at a cost, however. The game is short. Unless I'm missing something, most players should be able to finish the main story in less than 3 hours, which is disappointing because I want to spend days in Quill's world. Moss is a masterpiece of gaming and has become my new go-to when introducing my friends to VR.